508-588-9927. That's 508-588-WXBR. Welcome back to the Sports Blast on 1460 WXBR. Obviously, we've gone through a lot of baseball here, but we're going to segue directly into one of our first segments called 5 Questions. This week, David has the honors. Go ahead, Dave.
Thank you very much, Ashish. All right, so first question for all you guys. Would you rather have Julius Thomas or Rob Gronkowski?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Oh, wait.
Julius Thomas.
And keep in mind, you also pretend you're the coach. You have Peyton Manning throwing to Julius Thomas and Tom Brady throwing to Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, that's easy. I'm taking Rob Gronkowski. Given that they're both healthy, if the question was this year, I would go Julius Thomas simply because he's played and simply because he's healthy for the Broncos. But if we're going to go with Rob Gronkowski healthy, first of all, he's the best tight end in the game when healthy.
Jimmy Graham's the best tight end when healthy.
I think he's better than Jimmy Graham. I think he
what?
is.
How can you say that?
Rob Gronkowski is a better tight end than Jimmy Graham. And you'll get
how
your
so?
chance, Brian.
How?
You'll get your chance.
Explain.
Okay, did Jimmy Graham have more yards receiving than Rob Gronkowski last year? Did he have more touchdowns than Rob Gronkowski last year?
I don't know. Do you?
I do. I think I'm pretty
sure
Rob
he's on pace to beat Gronkowski this year.
This season, he definitely.
This season,
is.
yeah, but
I think
they're
both beasts.
I think no. Look, I'm not saying Jimmy. I'm not taking anything away from Jimmy Graham. He's the second best.
If they're
tight end
facing
in the
each
league.
other, Jimmy Graham and Rob Gronkowski this weekend, who has more
that's
yards?
Not fair. That's
who has
not
more
fair.
touchdowns?
Rob Gronkowski's gonna have like 20
right.
yards receiving on 2 receptions. He's coming back from his first game.
All right.
Are we doing career-wise, or are we just doing this year?
Just do with the quarterbacks that you have right now throwing to these guys. So Ashish chooses Rob Gronkowski. What about you, Mike?
I mean, I would go Rob Gronkowski just because Denver Broncos has too many weapons. I think Julius Thomas is really, the third-tier guy I would go to if I'm Peyton Manning. And also you got to evaluate Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, the production, passing production. And Tom Brady doesn't have a lot of weapons right now, so you got to go with Rob Gronkowski.
What about you, Brian?
I love me some Julius Thomas.
I knew you would.
The contrarian.
The Julius Caesar.
All right, we'll go on to the next question here. So, should Tony
Whoa. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, who
I'm
would you
asking
pick?
the question.
He's asking
Yeah,
the
that
question.
doesn't matter.
He's not answering.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, wait, it does matter. We need to move on. Should Tony Romo be blamed for the Cowboys' loss on Sunday to
No.
Denver? Brian's answer is no. Explain yourself.
Well, he had the most yards in Cowboys franchise history and 5 touchdowns, and the defense could not stop Peyton Manning, so I blame the defense.
Okay, Brian. First of all, did they win or lose that game?
That doesn't matter.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Did they win or lose? They lost. You know why they lost? Because Tony Romo could not get it done when it counted most, and that's been his track record his entire career, is that he chokes when it's all on the line. Yes, he deserves all the blame in the world, despite the game that he had.
Yeah, I would blame him, but he also helped my fantasy team this week, so I got 64 points in fantasy points. So
See? He's very helpful.
he is very helpful. I mean, he had basically a
football.
perfect game besides that one pick, but Denver didn't really get after him too much. He kind of had a field day. But yeah, when
He stepped on someone's foot. That's what caused the interception. It was the
Okay,
guy's
when you're
foot.
Tony Romo and you've thrown so many game-ending interceptions and pick
when the
sixes
game
and
is on the
fumbles,
line,
yeah,
Tony Romo's going to choke.
of course, that's
And
been his story
he-
his whole career.
He did choke against the Denver Broncos, and I really feel like that was the climax of their season, because if they beat the Broncos, their self-esteem is going to go up as a team, of course. And
You don't think their self-esteem went up that they could compete so well with the Broncos?
Oh, heck no. Because
You
they
don't
didn't
think so?
win.
Now what?
You saw like Jerry Jones. Moral
Where are they going to be in the NFC East by the end of the year? They're probably going to be at the top of the division.
Yeah, but that's
No,
because the
Redskins
NFC East
are gonna
sucks this year.
When they,
Are you serious? The Redskins?
Redskins, really?
Yes, RG3 is going to come out of his shell and is going to.
What is he on your fantasy team or something?
No.
Oh, so you got Romo and that's it. It's
Oh,
not a
well, I have
two-quarterback league.
RG3, but.
Yeah, there you go. So that's
But
why
I think I would start Romo anyway. I think I'm going to start Romo every
So
week.
basically,
so far now.
to get the record straight, that's 2 yeses and a no. by
And I
Brian.
think Tony
Correct.
Romo sucks. So we'll move on to the next question.
So, yeah, Dave.
Whose job is in greater danger right now? Mike Smith of the Atlanta Falcons or Tom Coughlin of the New York Giants?
Coughlin.
Coughlin, easy.
Yeah, Coughlin.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I mean you get off to an
They're-
0-4 start.
0-5.
You're starting
0-5.
I'm sorry, 0-5 start. You're winless through 5 weeks.
They lost
Eli
to the
Manning-
Panthers.
He won 2 Super
And
Bowls.
Eli, he did win 2 Super Bowls, but it's what have you done for me lately? And when your starting quarterback has more interceptions through 5 weeks than he does touchdowns, you're on the hot seat if you're the head coach.
I'm going Greg Schiano. Greg Schiano.
Buccaneers were-
He's on like the
Buccaneers
hot
aren't even in
seat.
it. Buccaneers
he's-
aren't even in it, so they'll keep him.
But yeah, that's an easy one. I mean, obviously now Mike Smith, I give him a little bit more leeway now.
What about the
because
Jaguars head coach?
What about after losing to the Jets?
What about the
Yeah,
Jaguars
I mean,
head coach?
Well, the Jaguars. Come on, the Jaguars are a joke.
He's
of a
safe
team.
and sound in
Yeah,
Jacksonville. I think
yeah.
everyone who's down there is safe and sound.
Look at
keeping
the
their
talent on the
crappy job.
team, though. Look
Well-
at the talent on the team. I really think Atlanta has one of the most explosive offenses in the game.
Julio
But
Jones
Julio
is down for the
Jones
rest of the
and
year.
Roddy
Roddy
White's
White
gonna
is
miss
hurt.
count.
So
Right.
I mean, Tony
No, but
Gonzalez
I was
is really
saying,
your only,
I'm saying
only
before
receiver.
that game, that was kind of like, just a bummer of a game, in general, losing to the Jets. But then, you also you have an explosive offense. You have Tony Gonzalez, you have Roddy White, and Julio Jones. There's no excuse for you being 1-3 on the season.
No, I mean, yes, but you have to understand that their losses weren't terrible like the Giants. They were kind of like down to the wire, losing by a field goal or losing by a last-second thing type loss. I mean,
Right.
they could have very
The
easily...
Giants are getting blown out.
The
this
Giants
season.
are getting they're getting the crap kicked out of them.
Their asses handed to them.
Exactly. And, again, just to reiterate what Brian said, Julio Jones out for the rest of the season, and he hasn't been right. Roddy White hasn't been right for the entire season, and Steven Jackson. So I'm definitely going Coughlin on that.
I think that the only thing that would prevent me from saying Coughlin is the track record. Mike Smith hasn't won a Super Bowl, and
Too bad
Coughlin's
you're
won
not
2.
answering this week.
Right. I answered my own question. That's against the rules. We're gonna move on
That's
to the next
perfectly
one.
fine. That's what they do on the Sports Hub.
No, that doesn't happen.
isn't the
That doesn't
sports-
happen
this is
anymore.
WXPR.
It's not
Better.
Tony Maserati.
So, all right, here's the next question. If you guys were David Price, what else would you have called the media besides nerds the other day?
Dopes.
Best friends.
I think, yeah. I think nerds is pretty good, but because I wouldn't mind being called a nerd, but it's better than being called a vulgar name or something like that. So yeah, I'd stick with nerds.
But does
I
nerd really fit? It's like...
Yeah, what was he going for is my question.
Well, because they always got the
Nerds.
glasses. They got the.
Who was he calling out? He was calling out
yeah,
Tom
the-
Verducci and a guy from like TBS broadcast, I
Yeah.
think. And I don't know if
They were
Nerd was the
asking
best.
questions about his return to Tampa next. Like
Is he a free agent?
he has 1 year left, or 1 or 2 years left on his contract, so
I'm
he
jumping
might.
ship. If I'm David Price, I'm going to the Yankees or
Well,
someplace big.
Yeah.
Red Sox.
Red
So
Sox
they won't be.
possibly.
The Rays won't be able to afford him, so
No.
he's going to be somewhere.
That's not
Beantown.
Tampa. So, like,
San Francisco, here he goes.
So yeah, definitely not.
Dodgers.
I'm
Dodgers are
going.
going to pay him like $300 billion.
All right, so the last question. Is this Sox team good enough to win a World Series?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about
Hands
it.
down.
No doubt about it.
All right,
I mean,
follow-up
you see what
question.
they've been able to do.
Will they win the World Series?
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, again, like I have the utmost confidence in this team. They have the offense to do it. When their pitching is going right, they have the character. It's the perfect storm of things. Now, obviously, anything can go wrong at any time. That's the playoffs. But I do see this team getting to the World Series and winning it. Yes.
The only team that I see the Red Sox having troubles with is the Cardinals. I just feel like the Cardinals always present a problem. They always have good pitching, and
What happened the last time?
Yeah,
the
didn't
Red
they
Sox
beat the Cardinals
met
in the World
Cardinals?
Series once?
yeah, but I don't know.
I believe
Like
it was
Got the
2004.
brooms out.
you got the rivalry too. I mean, it's kind of like revenge in a way. You don't really want to go up against the Arizona Cardinals and Arizona.
St. Louis.
Oh, geez, St. Louis.
Well, you don't want to go against the Arizona Cardinals defense right now either.
No, St. Louis is tied 2-2 with the Pirates too. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens in that game.
exactly, and also the
Garrett
Pirates.
Cole.
The Pirates have a strong pitching staff too. But I think the Red Sox will win the World Series if the Cardinals don't make it.
I hope they make it, because I get paid double.
Put a bet down?
No, I get paid double because I work at Fenway.
Oh, I see
Time
what
and a
you're
half.
saying.
You wanna
so
bet on
it's
that money?
overtime.
Time and a half right now. I get paid double on the World Series.
All the postseason is time and a half over there, right?
Right.
Extra work. Well, that's 5 questions, everybody, for this week.
5 questions with Dave.
5 questions with, the Dave version of 5 questions.
Dave Meister with the 5 questions. So how's this going to work, this new segment, 5 questions? Every week we have a new host coming in with 5 questions to ask everyone?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So we can, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all sports, right? We can throw in something completely random. Like,
Yes.
how'd you feel about Miley Cyrus twerking? Like something absolutely
I
random.
enjoy it.
I
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys.
I don't, for one, enjoy the twerking by Miley Cyrus.
I thought that
As
was
long as
highly
she keeps her
unnecessary.
mouth closed.
I wish Miley Cyrus would stop twerking.
And talking. Yeah, when I was on Hannah
that's my
Montana,
point.
I sound like I'm a 20-year-old guy. Like, stop talking, Miley Cyrus. No one cares.
No
what you
talent.
think.
And grow your hair out. Please, you look like my aunt.
She's actually started growing it out if you watched Saturday Night Live on Saturday.
Oh, thank God.
You sure that's not a wig? Or extensions?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, Brian would know.
Well, how would I know?
You're more thorough than Buster Olney on this pop culture stuff. Like when we were talking,
Yeah. Buster only
before the
doesn't
show.
know anything.
All right, guys. One more commercial break here. When we come back, we'll be talking some football. Pat Saints this Sunday. Don't go anywhere. 1460 WXBR.